These are the best highlights from today's 2024 LCK Summer Split matchup.
So, one of the big advantages that you do have with the Ziggs is that obviously, thanks to his passive, he is super solid at pushing plates early as Chovy.
Yeah, he is going to get flashed on here, just wants to try and take down as much of the wave as possible. He knew he was dead, and that is first blood. We haven't really seen much from the Lilia thus far. Of course, we were having conversations about this champion a lot last week. Lilia has been very, very popular in the LPL, as we'll just pretend we didn't see that one, Sponge, don't you worry about it. As he gets himself the first round of grubs. Gen.G, this gold lead for DRX is actually expanding over time. Largely to do with Rascal actually being able to catch back up as far as CS is concerned in lane.
Yeah, this is also a draft where you look at Gen.G and what does it actually do early game?
Is it all Chronicler?
Let me play it off, please.
Okay, thanks, man. I appreciate it. It's all right. Pleta finds one of the knockups here. That is going to be a headbutt from Lahans as Cannon Barrage does come in. Canyon's making his way down as well. The flash forward, he puts them to sleep and then Pays logs a bomb. We mentioned it. This time around, it's only 15 seconds of CC, but dang, it works. On a Cannon Barrage when it starts up, so he's just on scorched earth, throwing huge bombs everywhere, and by that I mean huge cupcakes everywhere. It's brilliant. The skin absolutely adorable. They did a pun? Woo! Am I even a play-by-play commentator? What is wrong with me? I need to be aware of these things.
You do it
without even thinking about it. I love Wii Bowling, man. Oh, so much fun. Okay, Satab, the only one hit. See whether we do get a big lilting lullaby here, but it looks like Sponge just wanting to try and go for a bit of a 50-50 on this Drake. They're going to have to back away, though. That is Watch Out, Eep, and a spin around there from Canyon. And he will be able to lock down the dragon.
The gold lead is definitely surmountable, but it's going to come down to how good can the engages be that they find, and they can't afford to blow everything on one member. That to me is the key thing. Because you look at a dive comp, you can't just pick one target, because Gen.G have 4 people that can carry a team fight. Pays did go Seraphs first, but I do know that there is a clause in the don't buy Seraphs first, where you're playing into a lot of backline dive, it's a little more warranted.
Well, Cannon Barrage going to be used just to try and clear out this wave. You can see Sponge and Satab getting to work up there. 6 grubs, remember, lane plate, but maybe that's a bit nitpicky. As Keen wants to get a barrel down, we'll be able to find the third one a little late, so that's not going to go boom boom. And it's going to be fine. So
nice little by Teddy, also dodging Canyon.
Oh, Rift Herald does not get a charge. Oh, great.
Canyon, he's still up like 50 CS, but
that was more of the Eep part of the Watch Out Eep. Double circles utilized here in the mid lane, but Teddy should still be able to take down this turret. Kind of throwing those ults to the wayside. 1 minute until this Drake is up and available. And so a little bit unfortunate there.
Good TP by Satab. Nicely done.
And actually find something. Flash up and available for the Lilia.
There it is.
Pays coming in. That is that flank teleport that you were talking about. The Canyon just goes golden, and there goes Pleta. Mega Inferno Bomb just flies out as a celebration. Decent last breath. Does come in as now Chovy has joined the fight. Not optimal positioning, but it's Canyon that takes down the dragon. Teddy able to kill Pays, but in the back end, it's Chovy falling down, and now it's Canyon and Keen against the world. And they kind of like those odds. That's the Watch Out Eep. There goes Rascal. And Gen.G, it's like you said before, they got too many carries.
That's what Gen.G does.
Are there?
I don't know how to... Like, it's when you look at the contest earlier, as they might be able to get this turret very quickly.
All right, that is a decent wombo combo. They are just going to take down Pleta to start this one off. Sponge is a tank, by the way, guys. And Pays is going to blow him up. Cannon Barrage just to stop any sort of follow-up from Rascal. He just couldn't get in there because if he tries, he's just dead. And now Gen.G are considering a Baron. Because why not?
Yeah, things are not looking good for the RX here, Atlas. I don't think that they can contest. They're going to have to play for the fight. They can't go for the steal. Sponge rather. Still dead. Rascal doesn't have his flash.
Yeah, he's not getting over that wall. Satab. Out of flow, out of options. That is going to be the Baron just taken for free. There's Rascal going in, finds 3 stuns, but he gets exhausted. Keen's in a bit of trouble, though. The barrel doesn't quite get it done. The 3-man last breath is gigantic. Lahen's the next one to go down. Only a couple of carries left alive, but maybe that's going to be enough here as Gen.G keep 2 of the Barons up.
The damage still shouldn't be underestimated as TRX try to get Paze and Chovy as well. That's not going to be the case. I don't think it's going to be the end of the game, but I'm still glad we got to see a glimpse. Still finding these fights. That's commandable. It just doesn't matter because it's Gen.G, but that's commandable, Atlas. That's better than I thought this was going to look.
Absolutely. I mean, they did just lose Soul Point.
Yeah.
And so that is Cloud Soul now for Gen.G, and they're walking down with the Baron. And I completely agree with you.
Right?
I think this is an amazing game for DRX. Nicely done. Circles, a Venn diagram of doom in the bottom lane as DRX now just running for the hills. This inner is very dead. Teddy is almost about to follow suit.
Could you see how behind Chovy was there?
Yeah, no, he's so far behind, guys. In this one.
Ooh, are we going to set up a trap on Keen?
Is it a counter trap as well as Canyon comes over? Satab running. Some spinning being done as they could both have a nap. That is going to be the Glacial Prison, but Canyon answers that with his Zhonya's. And my god, the burst damage between these two. Mega Inferno Bomb lands yet again. Are we giving Paze another POG? Surely not. Surely not. That would be too many POGs for this little Ziggs. 3-1-6 though, and he's having a really good game.
The Chovy being put behind in lane was always going to be mitigated by just having Cole finishing it quickly because he is still Chovy, but also the fact that he went first strike, which you can do into a melee matchup.
Yeah.
Obviously hard to proc as easily because Yasuo does have a lot of threat in the lane.
Earlier in this game, but I don't know whether that's going to be what they're looking out for. I think just playing... Oh, never mind. Lehent's just going in. Teddy is almost dead. Mega Inferno Bomb and gets the flash and also the kill on top.
What are we
like,
do?
what am I supposed to... Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately, once the dive come falls behind, this is the promised land we talked about for Gen.G. Interesting to see Keen actually go for LDR. I was kind of with Vox when I was talking earlier about
the Mortal Reminder.
Expectation that it was going to be mainly just Mortal Reminder, but let's be honest, I don't think items were the main difference maker in this one.
No, I think he could have built whatever he liked. Should have probably built his Zhonya's personally. It's always good to know what time it is, and it's time to kill Sponge. He's going to get satcheled away. That is going to be Paze collecting that kill, and now DRX, I don't think they're going to be able to save this one. Demolish proc comes on through, as well as a satchel to deliver it as, oh dear, in and out goes Pleta. They do manage to take down Lehens. Rascal gets exhausted, then he goes golden, but he's still just dead. The flash forward from Satab, the last breath coming on in, but he is just shot in the face by the parlay of this gangplank, and that will be the end of this game. Gen.G styling on them in the end, but DRX having a much better start this time, and I think they can have their heads held high.
Oh, I love this. I think that Seraphine as a AP carry is so much better than support. And we've seen some pretty decent. Undil, I think, has been one of the front runners. Barrel also loves it.
But Satab doesn't have health. Health is really important too, as Pillar of Flame is going to get the flash. Really nicely done. Teddy's lit on fire here towards bottom side, but Lehens is the one in the most trouble. Paze does have access to a bunch of buttons that can help. Reset. Satab doing the same thing, but managed to stick around in lane for a little bit longer to get that extra control, as there is the flash forward from Satab. Chovy once again in trouble. He is going to realize that the wave is more important than trying to stay alive, because that was never going to happen. And First Blood once again goes down in the mid lane.
Response, and he was dead, so...
So is Rascal. Gangplank versus Renekton. I imagine Rascal probably tried to kill Keen, and Keen said, nah, maybe we just don't see the replay.
Yeah, let's let it go. Everyone, okay, everyone, when it comes in, we're just all going to close our eyes.
Yeah, and if
it's not real if we don't see it.
Exactly. We just need to like get Kisan on get a hotline so that we can be like, no, we don't need this. Sheen up and available.
Yeah, he is an accelerated Gangplank, and he probably shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
Finds a very early kill. As right now, we do have the grub for Dragon Take, so no shocker there. This is what we were talking about earlier, although it's interesting that it's actually the Senna that is roaming more. You can't really go for the dive, don't have too much damage.
That's another ulti coming in for Rascal here. Pretty telegraphed on the gank. Keen just going to try and hold these minions as best he can. Does find the barrel, flashes underneath, and Rascal is dead once again. Meanwhile, we're getting another dive towards the bottom side. Lehen's going to trade his life, but Paze gets to stick around and take down the minion wave.
Something like a brand, something like the Ziggs. It is a lot more constant DPS as opposed to burst as Canyon.
A lot more utility as well, as in comes the Nature's Grasp. This is a Leona and Maokai, but now the beat's going to get dropped. Paze will hit those high notes as well, and Pleta is definitely going to be dead. That's another one in pretty quick succession here, as both the Ornn and the Renekton in this game really getting punished. It's just having the greatest time on one of his favorite champions. It's really rough. Canyon's going to move on over to try and deny the 6 grubs this time around. Teddy in the vicinity. They got a teleport coming on forward. Canyon gets himself one of the grubs and really doesn't want to flash, but he's going to have to. And he is just able to get himself out of there. Pays with the extra time. He's going to head down towards the bottom side of Satab, going in onto Lehens, who presses W, and he's going to take 0 damage from anything at all ever.
No, but he was nerfed.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, his damage was nerfed. Chronicler, the Eclipse is still busted.
I know. I was joking.
Oh, trade of ultimates here as there's the knockup. Last breath is indeed that for Canyon, if trees do in fact breathe, as Chovy does Gen.G having to deal with.
I gotta say, good punish by DRX. So what happened there is they TP'd towards the grub, and like TP for a grub, I know you got to 5, but it's probably not really worth it. So what DRX is looking to do is to just find a fight, and Gen.G I think caught a little bit of guard, but you should know the long engage range much. As mentioned, Seraph's is a one-item spike, it's just kind of lackluster.
Yeah.
We do have DRX now. That was a decent investment from Gen.G, and they're like, we're not going to go and try and contest. And let's be fair, if this goes to late, I think we all know.
Do that. But if they can get there, certainly going to be very, very good. All right, Gen.G looking for Rascal here, who goes a very long way away from his turret and is now dead. I feel like if he had a fourth with the turret there, never mind, Dawning Shadow comes down to keep them alive. He gets out of the cannon barrage, gets so much value. There's the flash. The slice and dice doesn't quite get there. The parlay is going to kill the Renekton, and the inner turret stays standing here. Pleta will get some damage on that mid turret, but man.
Extra auto. Skeen's flash denies access. Could have been the difference makers. Oh no.
Oh god, okay, I think he might be dead again. Parlay comes on through. Chovy's going to come down. Solar Flare to slow up the Crocodile. Zenith Blade misses, but there's full vision because of the Phosphorus Bomb, and Chovy's able to lock down that kill. So 0-4-0 now for Rascal, and
it's also GP.
Yeah.
If this was a Cassante, you know, the game also becomes really hard.
All right, there's an ulti from Satab. Unbinds the soul, gets caught out. There's the encore, but Satab just going to say no to that one. Nature's Grasp comes on through, lands onto multiple members of DRX. As now Canyon gets into the brush, doesn't find the Bramble Smash. Oh, he gets the small heal, and Teddy gets baited in. It is going to be Pleta able to lock down that kill eventually, but the Cannon Barrage will get the flash out from the center, and the Rocket is still going to kill him. Big overinvestment there for DRX. They are able to get Canyon. I just don't think it's worth it. Activate the best button in the game, the Hex
They're going to
Flash.
try, but it's... no, they're not. Okay, TP top. I think that does make sense. That wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, no contesting. Rascal is just doing his very best here. We'll be able to utilize the Stride Breaker to take down that wave. Trying to claw his way back. This inner turret is actually a pretty decent influx of gold for DRX.
Yeah.
We'll actually be able to get them back within touching distance, I think. And yeah, does indeed. Canyon able to steal away a red buff though. Certainly good news for Gen.G.
And you can see that Gen.G just don't expect them to be this far up as...
Yeah, I'm glad we cut that video as Lehens takes a fair bit of damage. The Solar Flare not really doing too much, but the Nature's Grasp comes on in. Pleta trying to find the angle, gets the knock up onto the Leona. She's going to go down first, but so much extra damage. Satab takes down Chovy on the top side though, and Gen.G just lose 2.
As you're saying, in the grand scheme of things, I don't know how much this is going to matter, but it's got to feel good to come in after so many weeks off, somehow finds a crazy, even just one game. Again, Gen.G haven't lost a whole lot of those either.
They've lost 1.
Oh boy, there it is. Baron is started up.
Yeah.
And doesn't have TP.
Yeah, Pace doesn't find the beat drop, and yeah, there's a Yone in the bottom lane. He's all of their money, and so Nature's Grasp is going to come down. They're going to look for the turn here onto Sponge. He explodes like a balloon, and Teddy is off to the side, sort of by himself. Chovy's going to get snagged. The Yone is still pushing the side lane, and so they're going to back away after losing their jungler. They're going to give up Baron, but they're going to get an inner turret, ladies and gentlemen. And inner turrets are worth some gold. And Gen.G are going to demonstrate what all the inner turrets are worth after taking down this Baron and utilizing it to push.
Good. In general, yeah, I think Soul Point is a very valuable thing. There aren't really any downsides to having a lot of dragons and setting up a very... Oh, Pace. He's going for Rhyalize next. An attempt from DRX to do something is... Oh, look, Keen just has LDR now.
Oh, okay.
Bought that.
Okay. didn't go for the executioners, I guess, as Teddy is going to have to flash. There's a Cannon Barrage that he's now going to spend some time in. Has to cleanse the Encore immediately, and Zenith Blade is going to be the end of Rascal. Lahens may have overextended there a little bit as Satab is going to execute him. Really nice flash to finish off that kill, but the inner turret goes down, Rascal goes down, and Gen.G are not stopping anytime soon. The Gangplank is now going to get ulted on here as Keen could be in a little bit of trouble. Satab with the sick outplay solo kill onto the Mega Fed GP.
That's a colossal bounty that he picks up as well, Atlas.
Oh yeah, he's got a colossal bounty himself as the Ram is going to come out. Message received, I guess. Is Satab going to be able to get this outer turret in mid lane very comfortably against the flow of play here. Still 40 seconds on the Baron. That's going to eat into the Red Bull Baron power play very nicely, though.
They were like, you got it. You got this, bud.
Yeah.
This is all you.
Please give me the Infinity +1 edge.
If DRX somehow end up winning
this might be one of those opportunities. The Ram gets a nice double knock up there, and Lahens is just going to be dead. There's the ulti. And Chovy's not going to offer too much of a follow-up, so it is just a Leona going down. They do get the Cannon Barrage as well, but inner turret also falls. Yeah, Keen is very strong still. There are some souls where you can do this, right? Where you can just trade it and be like, haha, you got Chemtech Soul. This is Hextech Soul. It's the best soul in the game. It's absolutely absurd, especially with the amount of ability to proc it as well. Like, Chovy's rockets, Pays is just in general range. Like,
more susceptible. If you get Keen and Chovy, because Pays, this time around, I don't think Seraphine really has the roll damage.
Yeah, there's a flash. In goes Canyon. Finds Bramble Smash there as well. Sponge is really dead. Nature's Grasp is invested in the wrong direction, though, so there will be trading. And Satab gets into that backline. That is so much AoE damage as they finally take down Canyon. It's sort of given up on him. And Trade of Jungle is here as now Rascal goes in. Solar Flare is fantastic, but the double knockup from Pletter is also good. Still, there is just not enough follow-up. Teddy is going to go down, and Satab is nowhere to be found. They needed the Yone to help out, but he's just not able to do so. And now the rest of Gen.G are bearing down on the last remaining Baron buff. And he is just going to press the back button because he knows that he has no way out. That's a huge shield. Nicely done there. But Satab, look at that. Head in his hands. And that is the ace. It is probably just over here. So, yeah, this Gen.G are very, very scary. Oh, the Cannon Barrage, absolutely massive. Bellow's Breath goes the wrong way there for Pletter as the Cannon Barrage getting so much AoE down. And they just eat everything with all of the shields. There was ultis aplenty, but it just doesn't even matter.
And we're also seeing the value of the Seraphine. It's the brand specifically. If Pays is there, a lot of the damage will be mitigated, especially if you can hit an Power W.
Well, Rascal now teleporting into the mid lane just to clear out that wave. Stop that one from being an avenue, but Gen.G just moves into the bottom lane. Yeah, if the front door is locked, if there's a side door, you may as well just use that one, and that one's unlocked. Gen.G just stroll on through. This fortress not built very well, as Pletter going to be going down pretty immediately. That's Chovy that just launches the rockets in. This Hextech Soul is just gross. They do lose Canyon, but they are going to win the game, so I'd say that that trade is pretty worth it. Solar Flare just slows up absolutely everyone. Rascal's going to fall. Lahens might go down, but so is Teddy, and so is the Nexus. Gen.G, this one a little bit harder than game number one, but it is still pretty clean in the end. And that's another 2-0 for the squad.
These are the best highlights from today's 2024 LCK Summer Split matchup.
I'm mainly going to be looking towards is how does he use the ultimate, because it's by far, I think, the strongest part of this champion. It's also kind of hard to use reliably as Cuz. They'd get this.
Yeah, Cuz just kind of walks on over. Now a twisting advance onto BDD, but he's going to put him on the mini equalizer. Still, BDD's in trouble. That's first blood going to the Aurora. She just throws down the ulti. Does have to flash in the end, but I'm reckoning he's going to say worth.
Lane swap, we do see the plates in bot side favorable for KT because there's less turret protection.
There's a fair bit of magic damage that he does have to deal with.
So a run-off effect of that play is Oldham might have a dragon fight here.
Yeah, the Nature's Grasp does come out as Fioshik tries to get on in there. Cuz is going to be able to grab that dragon though, and there's the bullet time. Cuz just going to flash to get himself out of the way. Def uses the last of his remaining mana, skipping across the veil as it were. But he'll be all right. Cuz
that'll be 4.
Yeah, just going to start this one up. It's exactly. KT was, of course, able to get a couple of them, but the fact that it was just that cheeky little smite on 79 health from Buzz to lock down one of them, get a little bit of extra there, as Leaper is able to at least get a few, but it looks like Deft, I mean, very, very close to being able to just take this full turret, and he should be able to grab that last plate as well. And Deft getting fed is kind of just the game plan for KT most of the time. So he's going to be very happy with that one, as Dudu kind of have him perfect here where he wants him, but the equalizer comes down and he is burning, burning, burning. He does have a lot of MR, but as you can see, Rumble. Chat, please, that would be absolutely fantastic, because I think we're in for a Chemtech. Just feel like we're due, you know? I think it's about time. What do you think?
I'm hoping for Drift Rift.
Oh, I want Swift Rift or Drift Rift. I think either of them would be absolutely fantastic. And whoa, okay, Chronicler, you're paying attention today.
As well as some pretty okay CS leads, and we might have a 5v5, but look.
I feel like nature will be grasping.
Soon.
All right, this Rift Herald going down as Cuz's angle a little bit strange on this one. He's looking for Perfect and for Deft. Bullet time immediately comes down as Bulldog just throws Deft into the circle. We'll be able to take him down. It's a 2-for-2 trade so far, though, as Bulldog just going to be ripped to shreds. BDD gets his revenge, and it's a 3-for-2 trade in the end.
With the very quick assassination of the AD carry of KT, it just doesn't matter. BDD gonna get people like even further ahead here.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see, because easily amazing fight for KT. Get the objective, get the mid lane turret. Barrel is a little far up here.
Yeah, he's going to headbutt Andil away, but now he's just going to try and turn it. Bulldog is going to get ultimated again, and BDD will take him down. The full bullet time into the face of this Aurora. Flashes, Dudu going to flash after him, but there's no W.
God.
He can't catch up. The circle's going to go down, but Beryl, he doesn't care about circles. The Magnus Storm comes in. BDD is now Valkyrieing forward, and Cuz going to get taken down low, but honestly, Kwangdong Freaks, that KT abides by, it just, you have to listen. And they were never going to win, I guess, unless Leaper just solo kills Deft, which he probably will. Yeah, Deft's going to go down. That's inconsequential. That's not a caster curse, guys. Really too much contest here, as we can see, so Kwangdong Freaks not able to answer that. And Drift Rift is one that needs to be respected. This soul is a big deal. And Chronicler, why was it first pick Aurora, not first pick Rumble? I'm just feeling like the Rumble is just, it just does a whole lot more every game that Kwangdong Freaks can find their way back into this game, because it's currently about a 5,000 gold lead. That has remained stagnant for quite some time, as I've seen this play before. Bulldog's just going to blow him up. Deft is, he has been farming in the mid lane, for better or worse this game.
Mostly worse, unfortunately. Yeah.
That's a hard one to break down. I guess we'll probably get the replay and then we can try again. That was a bit of a Deft go boom type situation.
Yeah, I think Deft has really had a, even in the Pro Series, I think he was having a tough time. I think right now, still kind of the case.
I think we can all kind of agree that BDD is currently the AD carry, and he is extremely fed. He just got his transformation. He is building very quickly towards his rapid-fire cannon. Yeah. This Corki is enough, to be perfectly honest. Let's have a look at this from Deft's perspective.
탑 2차 쪽 대체가 별로 미드 걸었어요.
Okay, he's just
going for the, and I did have to look up the name, Synchronized Souls.
All right, we're going to have to interrupt you there momentarily. Stranglethorn's going to be full-on avoided as Yoshik is put into a circle. He's the one that's going to be assassinated this time around, and BDD chased out. The Bramble Smash is so good, as at least the turnaround is pseudo there, but Leaper is getting certified. Beryl is going to fall down. It's a triple kill for the Zeri, and Kwangdong Freaks turning this game on its head. They're looking for a Baron.
And I was going to talk about the Synchronized Souls, but it's Kwangdong that is synchronized in that fight. Do note Perfect Souls is equalizer, but it looks like he doesn't want to take the risk. Doesn't have his flash, otherwise I'm pretty sure he would.
Why does he still have his equalizer?
Because he wasn't there for, I think, at the beginning of the fight. I'm not sure. I feel like he could have definitely used it, but I think they were kind of caught off guard by the speed with which the turn came through. And I think it's looking good. Yeah, they should be able to get this, although Andil
Yeah, he can possibly get in here. Nature's Grasp is going to be tanked by Beryl. Everyone sort of lines up for it. The extent of him not really working out as they do get the ulti down. But Perpy's now looking to barbecue them. The Aurora goes down, but she does kill Deft as well as Kwangdong Freaks just get full control of the pit. They equalize the Dragons, and they are well and truly back in this game.
Atlas, we were non-believers in the basically mega empowered Jarvanel, but Bulldog now 2 fights in a row. He just died immediately in that fight.
Yeah.
Didn't matter. Immediately got roasted by Perfect, who said, I'm about to feed you some aggressively.
Leaper is absolutely gigantic.
Yeah, he's been doing a whole lot of sliding in and lost hitting.
Oh,
and that's all he needs to do. As long as Leaper doesn't die.
And there's nothing that they are going to be able to do about it because they just can't walk up. And there it goes. So Soul Point picked up. And KT kind of look paralyzed right now. It doesn't look like they're able to make any sort of play.
Fight is about to come up. And they're staying alive. Look at that. GA forgone. Instead, BDD full damage with the IE.
Of course, it's the let's hope I survive so that I can just kill all of them. And Infinity Edge going to be a big one there. It's Pyosik, no idea what's happening around this Baron as they put down the circle. Perfect flashes out of it. But this is all just to create space. BDD coming on over, looks for Bulldog, knows that there's no ulti, but he gets caught. The Magnustorm comes in and he has to flash away. The Baron secured here by the Kwangdong Freaks. They do lose a fair bit of health, but an equalizer does nothing. All 5 members get out with the Baron, and Kwangdong Freaks with this whole game under their control. Deft also, he's got brown bags and then 4 just straight damage items. There's no Bloodthirster here. There's no real longevity. Like, he kind of just blows up.
Counter-engaging into a Maokai is like...
Yeah, what you gonna do?
Not a whole lot, as we have seen in these fights, Atlas.
Indeed. Cuz taking a fair bit of damage there. But he can just sip some sap, and he's going to be A-okay. There's a circle down once again. It's the bullet time, but this is what we were talking about before. Beryl, he goes in. They're just underneath the turret having a party. They are so tanky. As Beryl, his aftershock goes off, his will looking pretty breakable as it does wear off. And Kwangdong Freaks just wandering casually towards these Nexus turrets, and they're looking to do it again, moving up to 1-0 in the series. The Nature's Grasp comes out just to get the finishing touches on this one. Pyosik going down once again. This guy Zyra hasn't looked very good this season and is continuing to get punished. There it goes, the Nexus to go down next, and Kwangdong Freaks passing the first test on their trip to playoffs. The Rakan, not with as many things to worry about as we've seen in other games, namely our first series of the day, where the Rakan kind of went in and died instantly.
Movie can be video clips, as Beryl does not have flash and is a little bit low.
Yeah, Cuz is going to come down, see whether he can collect his gold. In goes the Rakan. Beryl shows him the door, though. Stand behind Braum, not necessarily doing too much here, as let's see whether they can protect him. The answer's no. Leaper taking a fair bit of damage, but Deft is not with enough. The playoffs known.
Perfect.
All right, perfect. Looking for an angle here. Does find the Shuriken onto Cuz. They take a couple of these grubs, and it looks like KT are just going to back away after that. When Freaks come down, they will be able to secure the last one.
Yeah. Safe bet. Don't have ult on Pyosik.
Gonna happen. Largely due to the fact that there is a Pyosik in the area. Cuz turning back up once again as this battle for the dragon continues.
You cannot do this. You don't have Cryo.
All right. Well, Spear going to connect onto Deft. He might just need to vacate the area as BDD is moving over. Bulldog going to have to go back as the Glacial Prison goes wide. KT might actually be able to get out of here, but they're not actually going to be able to fight for the dragon. So that is finally going to go over the Kwangdong Freaks, who retain control of the map. Like, neutral objectives feeling like they're in their control. And this has been what Cuz has been very good at.
That's the Nidalee. And Cuz, as we have pointed out, and Deft and Beryl have been on the back foot. And I think it's the willingness of KT to go for these really aggressive contests that outside of BDD have just backfired every single time. These laners, look at them go.
Yeah, actually helps win out the trade.
Oh, actually, Doodle's going Nullifying Orb. I like that a lot. Into the cannon here.
Yeah, pretty defensive as far as his choices so far. Merc Tread's a little bit more valuable when it's a cannon instead of a Rumble. In the vicinity, KT trying to get Andal out of the area. Cuz on a bit of a flank angle here as the teleport comes in, Andal in a bit of trouble. The knock-up comes down and Andal is just wiped off the map. Now Bulldog, he's come on in, he's unbound the soul, and that is going... Speaking of souls, the Swift Rift after the Drift Rift, you love to see it.
Back-to-back cool rifts here for us, Atlas.
Oh yeah!
Oaks paying attention. That's this.
Yeah, they have one of the ultimates back up and available. The Glacial Prison is going to be there, but Cuz should just be able to take Shelly down. There it goes, pokes her in the eye, and is able to take this. So, like you were saying, mid lane out of turret should be the option, but it isn't going to get one shot by Shelly.
That's true.
Way back out to lane. And we're getting slowly but surely towards these 2-item spikes, but we're not there yet for KT, so they will lose this turret in mid lane to clear out that wave as well, and that is going to delay even further. And so Cuz, utilizing this extra time that he is being bought by that Equalizer's use on the top side of the map to guarantee that this Drake does go down. And the smoke and mirrors being utilized beautifully. Bulldog going to have his red buff denied, unfortunately. And by his red buff, I mean KT's red buff. Still, Deft is able to secure that.
Though, particularly Zeri and Rakan should not have access to that. That is way too much power. We know how strong movement speed is. We do see finally KT get the turret. But top outer for Dragon, I think, is definitely an investment. For KT, Nash definitely a little bit slower, and we do see the poke coming through here.
He's going to connect onto Beryl. He hasn't used the door just yet. Does use it there as the Glacial Prism will connect, and Andal just explodes once again. The spear not going to land as now Bulldog looking for the angle. They get on top of Pyoshik. He flashes, but it's not enough. Deft trying desperately to keep himself alive, and he's going to burn down to the godlike Equalizer from the Durumble. Oh my goodness, they just execute all of them. And that should be a free Baron. Andal for 5.
That was just bait! Andal was served up as a tasty slice of food. And KT, they went for it. And my god, do they pay.
Oh dear. I did think that this was, it was time for the Equilibrium game, but I guess it wasn't.
Maybe the Equilibrium game comes in the next series, because in 2 days they play Gen.G.
Maybe it comes in spring.
To give up the Ashe, because it felt like you could go for the trade with Ezreal, but now Ezreal is considerably weaker. I'm not agreeing, right? But I know LCK teams, I imagine that's kind of the thought process behind it. We'll pull ahead in game score, actually be 4 games ahead if they get to 2-0.
Yeah, there's the grand entrance. Equalizer goes down. It is melting them. The barrel is going to fall, but there is the exhaust a bit late onto Perfect, who was already able to take down Andal. But Andal is very happy to die in these fights because they still win them even after he falls down. So a 2-for-1 trade.
Very Perfect doesn't have flash, but he does have his ultimate. They're gonna see this now.
True Barrage actually pretty valuable there as well, as Beryl going to get tagged. And Andal, he's out of the fight already. Kwangdong Freaks at 50% health as far as these 4 champions are concerned.
100%.
Yep, KT going for the Hail Mary, and you can understand exactly why. Teleport's going to come in. That ultimate still not up for Dudu as the stun's going to come down, but the ulti is buffered from Bulldog. The ulti goes to Narnia from Pyoshik, and down goes the Corki, and so much of the damage is Cuz. It's just Battle Kitty tearing them apart, and Bulldog, he just win. What? It's an ace for Kwangdong Freaks, and they're going to win the series.
And Bulldog says, Andal, what you can do, I can do better. I can get all of them to go on top of me. And guess what? I won't even die!
That was ridiculous. And Cuz is sitting at 2-0 and 10, and he was just pouncing around the back line. How does that even work? Okay, they're just gonna funnel in. This is Kwangdong Freaks with a 2-0 over KT. Look at that, the Equalizer goes down. Dude didn't even have it for the fight. He didn't need it, he got to burn the Nexus with it.
These were some of the best highlights from today's 2024 LCK Summer Split matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.